Jammeh in recognition of his peace-building efforts. The Syrian opposition has accused government forces of pummeling several Damascus suburbs and the city of Homs with artillery fire. And the Obama administration has said that it is perfectly legal to use unmanned aerial vehicles against terror suspects after the killing of Al-Qaeda's number 2 in a drone strike. Well, you can also follow the day's stories and other GRTS programs live on our website, which is at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. Well, that's all in this edition of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company and tune in for our very interesting programs.
Beginning June 1st to December 31st, 2012, GRTS Marketing brings you attractive offers for your businesses. Summertime. Beginning June 1st, you can enjoy our discounted summer advertisement packages. The European Nations Cup, the world's most watched tournament, kicks off in Warsaw, Poland in June 2012, bringing a collection of the world's finest players. The UEFA Champions League commences in September 2012, and this is the world's most competed and coveted competition, which is followed by millions of people around the world. Come partner with GRTS and advertise your products and services during this special promotion period. For those who pay upfront, you will enjoy a huge discount. Call us today on 437-8775 or 437-7214 or better still 437-5692. GRTS.
Hello and welcome to the interview. My guest, Ahmad Ngany Kumbaba, a name that is not strange in the political circle, but tonight we're not talking about politics. We're looking at tourism. Ahmad is a hotelier and a politician. Ahmad Ba, welcome to the interview.
Thank you, Malik.
We're not talking about politics tonight. We're looking at tourism. You have been in the hotel industry at a time when I was also in the hotel industry. Let us look at the tourist industry when it was booming in the 80s. What can you reminisce during those days?
Malik, quite interesting. I think tonight's topic is a very important topic because you know that tourism plays a very important role in our economy and our country in general. Well, let me just get you back to the 70s and 80s. Of course, when Atlantic Hotel became the only hotel, internationally recognized hotel that was receiving tourists, all of a sudden then there was the Fajara Hotel, there was the Watna Beach Hotel by Mrs. Watna, and of course Sunwing Senegambia Hotel. Then lately, of course, Combo Beach Novotel came up, BB Hotel, and so on. And of course, rapid development took place in terms of facilities and beds. It was booming, yes. To be honest with you, hotels were booming. A lot of revenue was being generated, and Gambians started coming into the industry. And of course, we had the likes of the Laiboj, the Bajfais, and then of course you have the Mr. Ibrahim Njai of Bakadaji, you have Mr. Bojang of the Cape Point, and you have the Sandy Kinjais, and then of course lately you developed, or that there was another order, the pair SARS who were trained, of course, ended up going into a different field. Many of the Gambians who were trained at the time to participate in the industry did very well. But I think as we move along, there was the need really to look into this industry because they were generating money, but the management was really different. Some of them really were able to generate money, The hotels were generating a lot of revenue. The situation, the things were booming. But I think really managing the monies was really a big question mark.
We had more expatriates at that time running the affairs of hotels. And then later on, we've got these experts that came. Gambians were trained in hotel management. I remembered you at the Kotustan Hotel working with the late Kalaji.
Yes.
Could you tell us how you started in the hotel industry?
Malik, it's quite interesting. I have a vivid memory of two incidents that happened between myself and Kalaji. When I was at the Charalams as an accounts clerk, Kalaji came in there. He was buying a lot of goods and he came with a lot of money. And I counted the money. There was excess. I gave out the money and said, look, there is an excess money from this money. Handed over the money. And then he started asking, who is this man? I didn't know that he was studying me. And then, of course, he came one time again. He gave us some money. There was a shortage. He took some money from the packets. And I counted this money. There was a shortage again. And I reported the same thing. So he did this on almost 3, 4, 5 times, putting excess money, and he was getting back this money. So when he bought the Kotu Strand Hotel, then he started looking for people. The first person he came to approach was my very self, to say, you must resign and come and work for me. I said, why should I resign from my job? Well, it was a real problem. Charles didn't want me to resign. And of course, my father, TB Foon, also did not want me to resign because it threatened his job if I had to leave the job. You know, but I felt that really I had to leave to go and take a new offer.
Kalaji bought it from Stig Benson.
Yes, he bought it from Stig Benson, and then of course hired me to, I told him that I would not accept being a manager, but I can accept managing his money. And of course, he hired Mrs. Seka, the wife of Mr. Seka, a British lady, who became a manager. And that's where, of course, I rose from the rank to the lowest to the highest of it in the industry.
You came to Combo Beach Novotel around 1987-88.
1990.
1990.
Yes, yes.
Courtesy of Mr. Dolomond.
Yes.
You remember Dolomond, the rooms division manager at the Combo Beach.
Yes, yes.
There is something you and I and President Jammeh shared at that time.
Well, yes, Malik, I came into the Combo Beach, and because William Dulmon was supposed to leave as the #2 man of the Combo Beach Hotel, and then, of course, Udo Kweb, general manager, felt that they needed a very strong Gambian who should really take up that job.
Front of house manager.
Yes, like operation manager. So they were looking for this Gambian. I didn't know that, of course, they were coming to the Kurdistan observing me for 2 months, unbeknown to me. I only sat down and I received a phone call to say, we want to talk to you. I went there, I was offered a job. I said, I must do the job. That was there. I came into the job of Combo Beach, and I was given various responsibilities. Among them was security, because there was a lot of problems. I had about 7 portfolios. Among them was security. And there we had a series of problems. And there we approached the Gambian army. And of course, we were given the gendarmes. And President Jammeh became head of the unit that was responsible of security, you know, within the TDA, with the tourism development area. And that's where we, got acquaintance. And then, of course, he used to come to my office very often. He knows very well. And every day we give them instruction what to do and how to go about things. And of course, President Jammeh also investigated the gold saga, or the gold saga. And I wish that he could go back to the report and see how he praised me in the report. I'm sure if he's looked at the report today, he would probably express regret.
You had a good working relationship then with the head of the gendarme responsible for the TDA at that time, President Jammeh.
Yes, and I vividly remember that we used to gather some money within all the hotel and send it to the Bakau barracks. And I remembered one time he came and asked me, we sent over $21,000 is there. And I asked him why he didn't come. He said they didn't have fuel. I said, no, you have no right to say you don't have fuel. We've sent you over $20,000. And he was very furious. And I'm so, he went to follow it up. It brought a lot of crisis. I remembered that vividly also. And of course, I think they did a good job at the time in really maintaining and reducing the bouncer syndrome within the TDA.
I was there. You were there. President Jammeh was there.